Welcome back, Math 8. Today we are going to look at some inverse operations. We are going to work on evaluating expressions using substitution and order of operations. First, we're going to look here at our inverse operations. I want you to look at these phrases below, and you're going to decide what one word fills in the blank on both sides of the phrase. So you may remember we talked about this last week, but you're looking for a word that fills in this whole phrase on both of these lines that are blank. So what undoes addition and addition undoes what? You're looking for the same word. You're doing that for addition, multiplication, and exponent. So go ahead and take a second and think for yourself what you think the answers might be. Pause the video here. All right, so addition. We've talked about this before. The inverse operation for addition is subtraction. On this side, I'm going to write a minus sign. So subtraction undoes addition, and addition undoes, over here, I'm going to write the actual vocabulary word. Subtraction. All right, multiplication. What undoes multiplication? What is our inverse of multiplication? Again, I'm going to write that symbol, division. Division undoes multiplication, and that means multiplication undoes what? You guessed it, division. All right, here's where we start to get a little bit tricky, I know. Addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, all things we've known for quite a while. But what undoes an exponent? A square root undoes an exponent, or a cube root, or the root of 4, any root. So this is a root symbol. That means an exponent undoes roots. Now, remember with roots, you can have a cubed root, and this number can be many other things. So don't get confused when you see a root symbol that has other numbers, okay? We're only going to talk about squares and cubes here, but there are others that exist. Let's look at this flow chart now. I want you to write down some of the things you notice, some of the things you wonder. Under things you notice, they can be really basic things like the colors or what you see visually. But I also want you to dig a little bit deeper than that. What else do you notice about these? What you wonder, these are the questions that you have. What do you want to know about this? Okay, pause the video here, take a few seconds, to take a few moments even, to write down everything you notice and everything you wonder. Pause now. So you may notice that this first one, the letters at the beginning of each word are big, and they spell PEMDAS. Over here we have GEMDAS. And then over on this side, all we have is 4 letters, GEMS. Maybe you've heard of PEMDAS. Maybe that's where we started in elementary school. Maybe you've heard of GEMDAS. And maybe you've never heard of GEMS, or maybe you have. So the reason that we don't use PEMDAS anymore is because we know there's a lot more things in that parentheses section than just parentheses, right? We have grouping. In our grouping, we have parentheses. We've got our brackets. We have curly brackets. We can even put in there our absolute value symbols. That's why we don't use P anymore. And then you see in here that there's exponents in both PEMDAS and GEMDAS. Multiplication's the same. And then division. And then addition. And then subtraction. The reason that we are no longer going to use PEMDAS or GEMDAS is because it does lead to a little bit of confusion, and we want to clear that up right now. So we use G because we have lots of things in that grouping area. So grouping symbols, we have plenty in there. Lots, way more than just parentheses. All right. Exponents, we're going to keep it the same. They're still exponents, yeah? But also remember, we have the inverse of exponents. So we have our square roots in here as well. For multiplication and division, we actually don't do those in a specific order. We do those from right to left. If you look right down in here, I can make this bigger. We do multiplication and division from right to left. We do not do it all multiplication and then all division. That will not get us the correct answer all of the time. And then for addition and subtraction, we're again doing that right to left. We are not going to do that just addition and then just subtraction, or just subtraction and then just addition. It's right to left for multiply and divide, and then subtract and add. Okay, so that's why we're going to use GEMS here from now on. So, GEMS, they're just so pretty. 4 letters to remember instead of 6, right? Should make life a little easier maybe. So then we're going to come down here. And, don't panic. I know this looks like a lot of practice problems. And it is. But remember, we still have some time in class. And we have lots of practice time. So, take a deep breath. And let me show you how we're going to do this. We're going to practice our order of operations. We're going to practice these GEMS. Okay? So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do a problem really quick. Show you how it's done. And then you're going to pick 2 problems, not the one I practice, from each category, from each of these columns. So column A goes all the way down here. And then there's column B, and it's this set. And then here's column C, and it's this set. And then here's column D, and it's this set. Notice in column D, you only have 2 choices, but you are going to try at least 2 problems from all 4 of these categories. Okay? All right. So let me show you how we're going to do this. Give myself a little bit more room. I am going to do this problem. I'm going to show you how to do this. So this says A plus B plus C. And now I have to figure out what A plus B plus C is. Well, if you look up here at the top, notice there's an A, and there's a B, and there's a C, and underneath it tells me that there's a number. So A is 7. So I'm going to come down here, underneath where I just wrote my A plus B plus C, and I'm going to write 7 plus. Now, what is the value of B? 9. So I'm going to say 7 plus 9 plus, and what is the value of C? 8. Whoops. It's hard to see, isn't it? 8. Come down here and write 8. Now, what did we say about addition and subtraction up in our order of operations? What did GEMS tell us to do? We're going to add or subtract from left to right. So we're going to say 7 plus 9, that is 16. We're going to bring this plus 8 down, and then 16 plus 8 equals what? Did you say 24? And what do we always do after we find the answer? Circle it. Please make sure you circle your answers. I'll do one more problem. Let's see. I'm going to do a more challenging problem for you this time. Let's do this problem. Okay, so I have parentheses, D minus B, close parentheses, plus A squared. Notice I'm rewriting my problems down below. There's not a lot of room, and I want to give myself as much space as I can to write my problems. Okay? So don't hesitate to use other space. You don't have to write up inside of the work. Okay, so D is 5. So I'm going to rewrite my parentheses. 5 minus, and B is, oh, look, B is 9. Plus A, which is 7, and then squared. All right, if we remember our GEMS, G stands for grouping, so that's our parentheses. What is 5 minus 9? Think about if it's a part of your fight. Is that going to be addition, subtraction? Are you going to combine those numbers, or are you going to reduce the numbers? So 5 is positive and 9 is negative. So my number is going to be -4. Plus, I still have 7 squared. What was next in GEMS? We have our G. What was E? Exponent. So now I'm going to look at my exponent. So now we're looking at our exponent. So we have -4 plus 7 squared, which means 7 times 7. Yep. So 7 times 7 is 49. And now from left to right, I can add or subtract. So -4 plus 49 equals, and I always do what with my answer? Circle it. All right, so I did 2 problems for you. Now you're going to do 2 problems from each of these columns. Don't do the 2 problems I did. Give it a shot and try your best. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.